it comes to fishing in Oregon, it's never a matter of finding the right place to cast a bait or lure. Rather, it's finding enough time to fish all of the varied locations and all the different species of fish Oregon has to offer for angling adventures. Hi there, I'm Grant McComey, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways, and the task of finding just the right place to cast a lure has sure gotten a lot easier with Travel Oregon's new program called simply enough, Ask Oregon. Come on along as we meet a fishing pro who knows exactly where to go. He's the new fishing ambassador, and he's going to show us exactly how to catch big fish. When it comes to building bridges along Oregon rivers,
try a little steelhead spot down below here.
Fishing guide David Johnson is one of the best. He doesn't use steel or concrete. His bridges rely on rods, reels, and bait.
A shrimp and egg cocktail.
Johnson uses angling skill and knowledge born of a lifetime on the water to build connections between Oregon's fish and fishermen.
You put your thumb on the spool and that's the release. And it has a line counter on here, so I'll usually tell you to go out 50 feet, 60 feet, 80 feet, depending on how deep the water is that we're going to be fishing over.
You could call Johnson a fish ambassador of sorts. Travel Oregon certainly does. He's the new Ask Oregon fishing expert and can tell you what's red hot and happening on Oregon's rivers, streams, and lakes. Whether it's rainbows on a fly from the Klamath, or steelhead on a lure from the Deschutes, a stringer of trout from a nearby lake, or coho on a herring in the ocean. Right to the net. Johnson helps folks learn more about Oregon's fishing opportunities, but he admits he learned some lessons the hard way.
When me and my dad started fishing, we tried to chase the fishing reports. Oh, they caught him at Selwood, on Saturday. Okay, well, this coming up Saturday, let's go to Selwood. Well, then they'd be in Oregon City or this and that. And we found that if we just stuck to one place and learned it well and learned where the fish were going to be at different water conditions, then that paid off a lot better.
Two guests are learning a boatload about fishing on this getaway. First is a familiar face. Local sports columnist John Canzano is well known to thousands from his writing and weekly appearances on KGW's Sports Sunday. Plus, he's host of The Bald-Faced Truth.
Matt, you called into the show. Welcome.
He stirs the sports pot each afternoon on 7:50 a.m. The Game.
What was the worst of the two draft decisions?
Canzano offers stories and observations that make you think.
I want fellow Blazer fans, I want NBA fans, people who know the history of basketball in Portland.
And make you care, not just about sports, but about your community, too. You see, John and his wife Anna operate the Bald-Faced Truth Foundation. They raise money and support arts, education, and athletics in our schools.
It's near and dear to us both. We both found success professionally, and I think we look back at, the steps and the people who were involved in our lives, and all of us, anybody who's had success can look back and say, the co-curricular activities were important, the teachers were important, the mentors were important, we all had them. So if we have a chance to sort of foster that for other people, then that's a big win.
Canzano's partner is Ryan Wolf, who actually won this fishing trip through an auction donation supporting John's foundation. He's been fishing since a boy, casting lures from Canada to Mexico, started salmon fishing with his dad.
Real faster, set the hook, don't lose the fish.
Dad?
Yeah, Dad and Grandpa both. You never want to lose a fish, so it's but definitely fond memories and good lessons and excellent memories to keep.
And John's last fishing memory?
I caught one flounder off a wharf in Santa Cruz, California as a kid. I caught a trout in Yosemite, but I've been in Oregon 10 years.
Yes, you have.
I haven't caught a fish here.
That's about to change on a getaway that has Johnson's hands full of hooks and bait as we back toward the Willamette River at Oregon City for salmon and steelhead. Johnson says the fish have been delayed by heavy snow and rain.
Spring Chinook come in March, April, May. They don't spawn until September, October, so there's no hurry for them to get upstream. If it's cold water, they don't have to come in. They can take their time. If the water starts to warm, they start to move faster up the systems.
This one sure moved fast after it grabbed John's bait.
Just let him take the line when he wants to.
It's a 10-pound steelhead, fresh from the ocean, but it feels like an airborne jet, shooting into the sky, zigzagging across the strong current. And then Surprise!
Hey.
Good job!
That's how you do it.
That's
See?
it.
That's it.
I listened to the guide. I listened to my trusty guide. If he would have said jump in the water, I would have jumped in the water. So, best fighting fish I've ever had on my line.
That is music to Johnson's ears. Exactly what Oregon's fish ambassador hopes to hear from you.
You could fish every day in a month and fish someplace different every time and for a different fish. Nothing quite like it.
When it comes to fishing adventures, I like to tell folks that the catching is only part of the appeal. It's also about the people that you meet along the way, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time with Ryan, John, and David. In fact, you can learn more about that new fishing ambassador and the Ask Oregon program right here on the Travel Oregon website, so check it out. Until next week, get out here and enjoy the great Oregon outdoors and let Travel Oregon be your guide. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComey.